Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Happy Saturday, November 1st. Don't forget, if you're in a state that does it and an area that does it, you'll fall back 1 hour tonight at bedtime, so you get a freebie hour of sleep, right? I just do it, well, to the clocks that I have to the next day. My clock in the bedroom does its thing by itself. Yeah, anyway, I went to the thrift store this afternoon and I got some fun things. Let me tell you, I carried on and on about how I was not going to go to St. Vinny's because I knew it was going to be slammed with people looking for costumes and that kind of thing. So my husband says, let's just drive there and see if it looks slammed. We drove into the parking lot and there were like 6 cars. I've never seen that. There are more cars than that on a regular weekday waiting for them to open. And this was at like 5 o'clock at night. So, no, it wasn't 5 o'clock because it would have been getting dark. It was more like about 4 o'clock. Anyway, one of the things that I got was, these were all mixed and I separated them. So there's like the mirror or diamond kind. And then these are maybe leopard, zebra, black, and the funny thing, you can see it here. The funny thing about these is when you put a light to the back of them, you see purple and not black. It's so pretty. And are these called onks? They're just plastic, silver plastic, and that makes them great for putting on, paper. For paper crafting. And then there's these various little tiny seed beads in different colors. Anyway, that whole thing was all put together in one baggie. So I've got some little baggies myself, and they're actually for putting parts in, ham radio parts, but I have a bunch of them that my husband gave me. I don't ham, but he does ham radio. I'm going to put them in those baggies, and they're much easier to separate once they've been done, right? Don't touch that plate. And then, these aren't really that exciting, but they are to me. They were 50 cents a piece, and they're Pyrex. Yeah, there, you can read it better here, Pyrex. And use these for like recipes and, filming. Oh, here goes the spices, and oh, I cracked 3 eggs and separated them, like that. Kind of makes it exciting. So I got to put those in the sink and in the dishwasher. I got 2 books. I didn't get these books because I wanted to read them. I got them for doing some house decorating with, believe it or not. So this one is called, no, let's do this one first. I had 3. I put one back because I didn't notice when I pulled it out. I liked the cover, but it was like the complete history of multiple sclerosis, and I thought that's a bummer. This is The Summer of the Spanish Woman by Catherine Gaskin. And this one is The Doorbell Rang by Rex Stout. And I've never heard of either one of these books. Like I said, I just got them because I wanted to use them for decorating. I open up this one, and this is in there. So it sounds like this book was a mystery, and this person may have belonged to a book club. They wrote down, look at the handwriting. That's very, very distinct handwriting, isn't it? Anyway, they wrote down the characters' names and what they were and how they were involved in the apparent murder, I guess. And then on the other side it says The Doorbell Rang, and then Nero, Wolf, Archie, Rachel, Nathaniel, parts of people that were in the book, I guess. And so I guess they enjoyed the book. I didn't see anything. Let me try that again. I thought maybe I saw something. Hold on. No, that was just a chapter. Pretty sure it was. So anyway, and then I opened up this book. This one is called The Summer of the Spanish Woman. It was so interesting. I opened it up and there was this in it. And it's, I thought, somebody gifted this to somebody and they wrote, that it's a gift. This woman bought this book and her name is Dolores Best. The funny thing is, the Best family lives next door to the midwife I worked with for years. I wonder if they're relation. And Dolores may, have been done with the book or passed on or whatever. This book belongs to Dolores Best. Thanks for letting me read it, Dolores. I did very much enjoy it, Mom. And then somebody else wrote, I too read it. Very good. Keeps one wondering what next. And I cannot read. It looks like the last night, it looks like it might say rose, like, I don't know, I don't know what that first one is. Anyway, and then finally, thank you also from me for sharing this good book. I put a few miles on it, from Seattle to Ghana and back again. Marie Barron, maybe? How interesting is that? This book has traveled to Ghana with someone from Port Orchard. Well, Seattle, she says, but that's where the airport is. I've never heard of any of these books that I know of. "1977 is the copyright. My first child was born in 1977. Okay, now I'll show you the stuff that's not quite so heavy. So, I got a whole bunch of pretty brads. They come in purple, green, and they're buttons, button brads. And big, and then they have in the little ones. So the little ones and the big ones. And I was going to hold them up and show them all at once, but isn't that cute? I'm thinking springtime, something like that. And then this one is also brads. It's Portfolio Gifted Memories Flowering Brads. So each brad has a flower, and they've got lots of green. So there's like a forest green and a mint green, dark purple, yellow. What would you call that? Kind of bone, maybe? And then a very light green. How cool is that? I can't wait. The weird thing about this is, was that the actual backing that it had, or did somebody put that on it? They glued it to something and pulled it off. That'll be fun for springtime ATCs. And here's some more brads. So these are like jewel tone, I think. There's like a periwinkle color and a navy blue and a steel blue and more pretty purple. I'm not crazy about purple. I just love purple. So I'm going to put these in little bags as well because I can see it opening them up and having them go everywhere. I love this. These are gingerbread boys and girls, and they're actually buttons. There's 9 of them, but I'm not going to use them for buttons. I'll use them for, decorating. And I know how to get the backing off of them if they don't break. So I've done it before, I mean. These came from Lansing, Iowa. The Blumenthalsing.com. I should look that up, see if it's still around. To attach, glue on, or sew on. Clip shank if necessary. I didn't know it was called a shank. But anyway, they're made in Thailand, packaged in the USA. These are going to be fun for Christmas art stuff. Okay, and then I found this. So this is attached at the back. I'm assuming it just goes on like an earring. It's got tea bags, hearts, tea kettles, some 3D and some just flat, and cups, coffee cups. Isn't that cool? I don't know what I'll do with it just yet, but I can't wait. Forgot about these. These are also brads. Jewel tone. There's blue, diamond looking, light blue, dark blue, light blue, and purple, light purple. Lots and lots of those. And then, what the heck? I don't even know what it is, but I knew it was worth $2. A punch, okay. So does it make all of these punches? And if so, how does that work? Do you turn a dial? I've never heard of Encire. The back shows this, that you do this, and then you can do that, and then you can do that. Wait a minute. They're different. So this is the one I have, I think. Or that one. It's the pointy, it's this one, the one I didn't even mention. Yeah, so can't wait to take that up and, punch with it and see what it looks like. And then a whole cube for 25 cents of Jones polyester goes 50% further. I don't know what we'll do with that, but it sure is pretty. It reminds me of, snow, how it glistens in the light. And it would be great on a black card probably, or a dark blue card, or for a snowman body. So, that's that. Oops, sorry. Some purple rickrack, I think it's called. I think they call it ribbon here. Trim, 50 cents. And got this. This was $1 for doing that, punching holes. And I got a little notebook here. I don't know what I paid for this. 50 cents, way too much. Came from a casino, and it's an unused notepad. I love notepads, because I'm a note writer. And then their cards there are 50 cents, and I got this one. I'm going to deconstruct it and use it for art. And I got this one. I thought it was very vintage, and I will be deconstructing this one. And this stack of paper was 25 cents, so you get several colors in there. And in the colors, it's already die cut. You just have to punch it out. There's birthdays, Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, fall, Thanksgiving, graduation, Valentine's. So that's going to be fun to use, again, for cards. What company is this? Oh, Creative Memories, the year 2000. And this, I paid 50 cents for it. But it's just some tags. Family, together, today, and celebrate. And this is also punch out. It was 25 cents. You can see when there. It's punching out something. I'm going to see what it is. Hold on. I got a blouse. I don't know if I for sure want to wear it, if I for sure love it. I was drawn to it because it was purple and sparkly, and because it has flowers, and a few minutes ago I could remember what these were called. Paisley designs. So, maybe I'll wear it. I'm going to wash it. It reeks of fabric softener. I can't stand that. This is the second to the last thing, and it is a leaf. Just and it looks like maybe a maple leaf, and it's dark colored, and it goes with my tablecloth, and I think it's very pretty. This is the last thing that I got in the thrift store, and it's a 26-year-old Taste of Home's Quick Cooking, and it's got some fun recipes in it, and their magazines are like a quarter, so I don't worry about it. I wanted to show you, I got some, are we calling Happy Mail on Halloween? Are we calling it Boo Mail? Boo Mail. I got some Boo Mail. Let me show you. So this came from Angela Jones, and she's on YouTube, obviously. So this is her post office box. And she decorated it up pretty. She used a cute little SpongeBob stamp, and then jars with fireflies, washi tape. I love that washi tape. She drew some stuff here, some stickers. And here's the card, and it says, "Smile, it's Halloween." Look at that vintage black cat. I love that. It reminds me of when I was really little. And it has stickers in it, and I'm put them somewhere safe. Here we go. Anyway, she drew a lady. And Kendra, wishing you a great day to someone who can light up every face. Wishing a great day to someone who can light up every face. Enjoy the goodies. I can't. I really didn't want anything that we had, and that's good. But I did, for dinner, I did have some of that chili. It was delicious. And I would definitely make that again. Everybody seemed to enjoy it. My husband and one of my kids went back for seconds and thirds. So, thank you, Angela. One thing left. She sent a recipe, and I'm going to try this recipe. So it's fried jalapeno. It makes 2 dozen. So you need 2 jars of whole jalapeno peppers drained, 1 jar of olive pimento cheese. And when I read that, 1 jar of olive pimento cheese, I thought, I haven't seen that since Oklahoma. Well, that's where she's been living. 3/4 cup of flour and cornmeal and salt, and it looks like you put the cheese inside a jalapeno. You roll the whole thing in some flour and cornmeal. You roll the whole thing again, and it's the cornmeal and buttermilk mix, and then you fry them. What's not to love here? Cheese, fried food. Yum. I'm going to try this. I really am, and I think it'll be fun to make for New Year's Eve or for a ball game or something like that. I'm going to let you guys go. It's been a long video. Thank you. Oh, here's the stickers. She sent them in a little book, and there's several in here. I'm going to let you go because I don't want to keep you and make you crazy. Thanks, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you never have. I would love to get to know you better. Bye.